I'm talking a lot about simplicity. Maybe it will be interesting for the mind, probably, to understand what happens on this path of simplicity. When we do something in order to feel good, in order to be healthy, mentally healthy, in order to feel connected, we condition our feeling good to these activities. We condition state of our being, how we feel our state of our being in the present moment. We condition it with what we do or with what happens around us or to us. Depends how do you want to call it. On this path of simplicity, my state of being, my feeling good is not conditioned to anything. It doesn't matter what happens from outside, if there are problems, issues, if there are also like beautiful things. This state of being in peace and in this feeling of fulfillment, it's present all the time. This is real inner freedom. When I am not controlled by ever flowing, all the time flowing, never-ending flow of life, flow of situations, flow of people, flow of weather. So this way, when I'm talking about surrender, observe, allow it to happen, we get to a real genuine connection with the simple pleasure of being, which is unconditional. This is equal inner freedom and it's equal love, because love means unconditional acceptance of everything that is. It's a state of being which is free from resistance. And this naturally feels so good. It's just great, yeah? It's the goal or result of this type of inner work is to let go of all inner work, all kind of work on how we should feel, what we should do for it, and just letting it happen. And it's unavoidable. It's just when we give space to a natural direction of life, to a natural direction of divinity, because divine source, God, our creator, our father, of like we are every each one of us is a part of a God, of a divinity, and there is this great power in divinity of attraction. He's calling us back. We are naturally inside, we are attracted to get back home. So when we allow it to happen, the journey just happens and it will take us back home. And as an example from the real life, I can say that before I used to meditate, I used to chant mantras and all these kind of things, diets, some practices. And from time to time, as a result of this effort, sometimes I was in such a beautiful states of being, which were full of love, of sacred respect, sacred grace, and sacred humbleness, love to everything, to myself, to God. And now this happens spontaneously when I wash dishes. It's not the goal of Path of Simplicity, but it just happens when we are living life controlled by our mind, conditioned by our mind, and when we enter into the present existence in the space of divine unknown. Together with this, when we experience all the suppressed emotions and all the painful experiences, traumas which were stored in our subconscious mind, and when it goes out slowly and we remove the layers of illusion, we are becoming softer and much more receptive, or much more grounded in the natural ability to feel the bliss of existence. And that's not conditioned by anything. I experienced it when I was practicing a lot, like spiritual practice before. Now, as I said, anytime, it just happens. But also when I was in the nature, and I just saw the beauty of the nature and felt the presence of the life. And it's not connected with anything. It's not connected with who you are as a personality. It's not connected with how successful you are, with how your relationships are. It's not connected with anything from what our mind can see as important. It's beyond. And this way, this journey is like that we remove all the layers of illusions and of this desensitizing. They leave, and we enter this space of love, which is all the time present, and it's like underlying feeling of existence. And from here, we start kind of a like step out, I would say. It's like we are getting back home, and from home we start to create new things with a completely different vibe, and completely different motivation, on completely different frequencies, with the vibe of peace and freedom. And this frequency, when I live it, it's in everything. Then it's in what we say, what we cook. It's in how we deal with people in our job. It can be in a grocery shop, it can be in a bank. And there is plenty of people who don't need to talk about this like me. They are just living their divine expression, and they have like a real normal life, nothing special from the perspective of the mind, with the loan for a house, with all the kind of problems which life brings. But they are dealing with everything from this connection with their own divine expression. And this is the way how God is taking over. We are getting conscious about our divine source, about our divine origin. And that's it. There is nothing more. Exactly how we are so beloved by this great creator, great being, great divine being, We are so beloved and so respected and so supported in everything we wish. The idea that we have to create world certain way, or that we have to do good things, or we have to change something what we consider bad for something what we consider good. These ideas are all just from the mind, from the perspective of a creator and of a divinity, which we all are part of and which we are embodying slowly. From this perspective, everything is all right. Everything is very much beloved. Everything is exactly how it should be. And we are just held and supported and beloved by our home, by our creator, by our father. Everybody. There is no better or worse. And that's love. It's acceptance of everything how it is. And with this understanding, with this frequency, the life is a whole new experience. Even if it can look the same from outside, but the experience of life is completely different.